Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Andobil fast car charger. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So here we have a little contact card, a manual with instructions, and here's the charger itself. So this has USB-A and USB-C interfaces on it. It's plastic and it has a carbon fiber pattern, and you can kind of feel it. It actually has a little bit of a grippiness to it around here. It's spring-loaded on the sides, and this is spring-loaded. So let's measure here. Before it gets into the curve, we have a little over 4 centimeters. The plastic part is a little over 3 centimeters. So I've seen these before where this is really short and it can have trouble inserting into certain 12-volt adapters. And also I've seen where this part is short and it doesn't contact. So this has a nice large contact on here and a good bit of travel too, so you should get a good connection. So I think that's a nice feature of this one. I like the size of this too. It's not super bulky either. So if we look at the instructions here, we have the specs. The model is CCVZ26. The input is 12 to 24 volts at 4.5 amps. The output for USB-A is 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, or 12 volts at 1.5 amps. For USB-C, we have 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2.22 amps, or 12 volt at 1.67 amps. The working temperature is 32 to 95 degrees F or 0 to 35 degrees C. And we have a little diagram here showing the two interfaces. So I'm going to head out to my car now and we'll take a look at this plugged into it. Okay, so I'm in my car now and I have my 12-volt socket here, so I'll pull the plug out and I'll take the charger and I'll press that in. So the first thing I notice is that this is very secure in here. It's very tight. So those springs on the side are really pressing against the sides of the socket. So it really fits really well. So something I want to address real quick is that it may seem dumb that I'm even plugging a socket in here when I have USB ports in the car. So I don't actually use those USB ports, and there's a good reason. When I plug my phone into those, the radio tries to sync up with it and stuff, and it just drives me nuts. So I like to use a plug-in socket as opposed to those USB ports. Also, the aftermarket USB sockets tend to charge faster, and they just work better for what I need. So those things go unused most of the time. So now if I want to plug a device in here, plug it in like so. And I'll plug in a second device, a USB-C device. So I currently have my iPad plugged in here and a Nintendo Switch on the USB-C, and they're both charging at the same time. Okay, so I'm in a different car now. So the previous vehicle I was in was my 2016 Subaru Outback, and now I'm in my 1997 Land Cruiser. And this is my old adapter, and you can see this thing's huge. Here's the newer one. So you can see that fits in really nicely there. It doesn't stick out very far. It's very secure. It's not going to pull out very easy. It doesn't have weak springs on the side like my previous one did. So I really like that. It almost just kind of blends in. You don't hardly notice it. So this is my third vehicle. This is a 2006 Honda Civic. This has a little door here. There we go. Fits in there really nice. So it doesn't stick out super far. It's kind of a side view. There. So I just wanted to show this in a couple other vehicles so people can see what it looks like. I'll get back to the rest of the video. So I think this is a slick little charger. I like that it has two different ports on it, so you can charge USB-C and USB Type-A devices on it. I like the size. It's compact, but it's long enough to fit into longer sockets. And the contact areas are spring-loaded and they grip really tight. So I think this is a good option, especially if you've had one of these in the past that falls out frequently or doesn't have a good fit. I think this is a good option. So I think this is good if you don't have a USB port, or if you have one and like me, you don't like to use it for certain reasons. I think this is a good upgrade to your car. So that's the Andobil fast car charger. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.